So we've only got a fraction. You might want to have it in a different format. The fraction here is 3.5. What we split each of these wholes into is given by this fraction here on the end. This fraction is half, and so this will be the smallest denomination. There's a diagram just to the left here, and this diagram shows exactly how much we have on the left. We have 1, 2, 3, and then a half down the bottom. And if we want to write this in a different format, it's nice to appreciate the diagram. The format here is what we call a mixed number. The mixed number is often easier to see the value because you can see you've got 3 wholes and a half. And exams or yourself might be interested in writing it in a top-heavy format, which is sometimes better to use when calculating. So how do we do that? We might want to think about the diagram first. The diagram itself would be a way to consider how many halves we've got. We don't want to know how many wholes, we want to know how many halves we've got. We have 3 wholes and 1 half, but how many halves are in the 3 wholes? Diagram makes that easier. This is a half, and this is a half because 2 wholes make up the 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 halves. And bear that in mind. It's a really good pattern that emerges when we look at how we convert here to a top heavy, and it's all based on the original numbers. So how do we see these numbers? How do we see the 7 and where do we see the 2? The 7 comes from multiplying together the whole number and the denominator, and then adding the numerator. So you see you've got 3 times 2 plus 1, which is 7, and that will go on the numerator. And then the denominator stays the same. So that's how we do the conversion quite quickly. And here's the visual. Here's another example so you can see it without the visualization and just the methodology. 10 and 2/7. In this case, none of them are 1, so it's a useful example to see where the numbers go. Just like before, we take the whole number and the denominator and we're going to multiply them together, and then we're going to add the 2 at the top. So just to show you visually, 10 times 7 plus the 2 is equal to 72. This is the numerator. So we can start to write our answer. 72 will be on top, and we keep the same denominator as before, which is 7.